Hey guys, we're back to kind of a more traditional, normal vlog now. I know you've been seeing a lot of funky stuff with little stuffed animals and everything. I don't know what got into them, why they decided to start making videos about Conquest or how they figured out the software. I hardly can, but it is what it is. So, but do give us feedback and let us know what you think of the different videos you've seen and what you'd like to see in the future. So for this video, it's something very practical on real life, because I know your time is precious. We're going to look at 10 things Conquest teaches you about life. Pretty cool, huh? So, when you're not studying, you're not going to work or whatever because you're too busy playing Conquest, remember that it's teaching you 10 very important, applicable life skills / lessons, okay? So let's drill right in. Number 1, be a pack rat. I've heard so many stories from people, that they have all this stuff, whatever, maybe it's old games or whatever it is, and as soon as they get rid of something, the thing becomes either essential for them or really valuable. I was talking to a guy recently at work who had gotten a sealed starter deck, magic starter deck from Richard Garfield. He met him in person at a trade show in 1993 or whatever, and a few years back he ended up tossing that, probably worth a couple grand. So be a pack rat. And in Conquest, it's the same way. Even though bartering is great, oftentimes you see people, they barter the thing that they really need later on. Oh, I only have 8 mana, I'll just barter that dragon. Oh great, I drew a channel. Whoopee. Okay, number 2, live life in the short term. Conquest couldn't be more important. I see a lot of players, they'll have total field advantage, a lot of really powerful unit on the battlefield, roar, and they'll run that unit back just to put another sword on him. I mean, you don't really need that extra strike, it's overkill. Sometimes you do, but most of the time, same way in life, when you got a good thing going, just push forward. So many people get so caught up in timing. Oh, is it the right time to buy a house? Oh, but what if I move sometime? Oh, but I'm not old enough to get married. Oh, but I need to start having kids. It's like, don't worry about all the timing and all the crap. Just live your life, do what you want. Simple enough. Number 3, beware sunk costs. Sunk cost is basically an economic concept of factoring in something that's already gone into the equation. For instance, if you're in a grocery line for 10 minutes and it's going really slow and another one opens up, don't feel like those 10 minutes have to pay off. If it's going to be faster to go into the grocery line, go into the grocery line, right? It seems simple enough in life, but a lot of people really have a trouble with dealing with sunk costs. They're like, no, I'm already invested in this stock. No, I'm already invested in living here. I've already worked 5 years at this job. I'm just going to stick with it. I know that experience will pay off someday. But a lot of times it really isn't that payoff. Same thing in Conquest. Say you moved out a unit or two to try and kill some core unit that your opponent has, and then they have some kind of trick, and it really just kills your plan. Now, if you can still defeat that unit, by all means go ahead and do so, but sunk costs can oftentimes lead you into throwing everything you have just to finish that job you started, because you feel like you have to make some value of the sacrifice of the past. And don't worry, don't factor sunk cost in, just make strategic decisions in life and in Conquest. 4, use your resources wisely. That's obviously a valuable lesson, especially with things like items and spells. You see a lot of people do a lot of overkill. It's like, I'm going to give 2 weapons to my 70-30 knight just because he has so much attack now. Whoopee. Well, he's going to die either way. Same thing in life with resources. Don't throw all your money at the same thing. Just be frugal, be smart. 5, simplicity equals good. In Conquest, a simple strategy is a valuable strategy. Sure, have some core combos, but don't have the whole deck be on this massive contingency. That's just really never going to happen. And in life, the same thing. Don't overcomplicate your life by acquiring all this crap you don't need. Keep it simple. You got a couple hobbies you really like, stick to those core hobbies. You got a couple friends you really like, stick to those core friends. You get so caught up in all the crap and being on all the social networks and meeting all the people and having all the coolest stuff and doing all the great things and going out all the time and whatnot, life just isn't fun anymore. Hard work pays off. I mean, it's simple enough. In Conquest, it's the intelligence and skill you've built up in the game overall, but also the time you take honing and sculpting that perfect domain that's really going to help push you into stardom. You know, in life it's the same way. The best investments you can make are in yourself. You know, so invest in your mind, invest in your body, invest in everything with you, you know, so that 5, 10 years down the road, you're a stronger, better, more capable person than you were before. Intelligence trumps knowledge. A lot of people don't understand the difference between intelligence and knowledge. Now, intelligence is like a core cognitive thinking ability, the ability to be presented with the situation and think clearly through it, the ability to tackle new challenges, the ability to react to changes and shifts in your industry, in your market, in your job, in your life. Knowledge is simply the acquisition of facts and information. Okay, so intelligence is far more important. You know, a lot of hiring managers, for instance, they go way on knowledge. Oh, this guy has 30 years experience, he's going to be perfect. Well, the guy might do great in an interview because he can reflect on all these prior things that happened, but if he can't really think for himself, he's not really a valuable employee to have. You know, so I strongly encourage you, knowledge is great and it's useful, but invest in your own intelligence. In Conquest, it's the same way. You might have knowledge of every single card, and that's valuable. But ultimately, being able to think through the situation, that's what's going to get you there, where you want to be. Life is more than winning. Number 8. Simple enough. You know, Conquest is supposed to have fun and it's supposed to learn. You know, losing is a learning experience as much as winning is, oftentimes more. And life's the same way. You know, you got to screw up in order to learn. So many people are afraid of rejection, they're afraid of failure, they're afraid of these things, and that fear is holding them back. You know, if you win 9 out of 10 of your experiences, however you want to say winning is, you know, getting the result you want, but you're having 1/10 as many experiences as you could be, that's not valuable. You know, get out there, do and try. I know I said simple before, but by all means get out and try and put yourself out there, because those experiences are going to be valuable. 9. Life is a progression. You know, you don't have to rush. You know, in Conquest, you know, take your time and continue to hone your deck. You're probably not going to come out of the gate, buy 10 booster boxes and build the perfect domain. I mean, if you want to do that, I'm not going to complain. But no, but seriously, and life's the same way. You know, take it in stride. You know, you don't have to be a Superman right off the bat. Especially, you know, when you first get out in that job market, it can be pretty scary. But you know, take your time, build your skills, meet the right people, and you're going to succeed. And 10, you know, and I think most important of all, money isn't everything. How many times have you been in the game of Conquest and you had 100 gold built up? You know, maybe not that much if you're a good player. It doesn't do you any good, okay? I see a lot of people that they're so afraid to spend their money. They say, oh my god, this guy has like 4 gold of the sustain cost, I don't know if I want him. These are mostly like the brand new players. But you know, money is a means to an end. It's not an end in and of itself. And that's the thing in life. Acquiring more money can help you to accomplish the things you want to do in life and can get things you want out of life. But it's not an end. Never treat it as an end, okay? It's not that important. So, okay, those are my 10 things that Conquest teaches you about life. You know, feel free to comment or shoot me an email at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, @conquestforthany.com. And yeah, and I will be talking to you soon. Thanks, guys.